Hello, my name is Paxton and I go to ECBI University and I am in the community health course. The lesson today is going to be on hypertension, also known as high blood pressure. High blood pressure can have a major effect on your health and can even be life-threatening. Today, we will discuss what high blood pressure is, how your diet can affect your blood pressure, and how your lifestyle can affect your blood pressure. First, we're going to discuss blood pressure ranges. It's hard to understand what your blood pressure readings mean if you do not understand how to read a blood pressure. So the top number of a blood pressure is called the systolic pressure, and the bottom number of the blood pressure reading is called the diastolic number, or the diastolic pressure. So according to the American Heart Association, a healthy blood pressure range would be a systolic pressure of 120 and below, and systolic pressure can be considered slightly elevated at 120 to 129, but it's not yet considered hypertension. A healthy diastolic range would be 80 or below. So we move on to pre-hypertensive. So a systolic pressure of 130 to 139 can be considered pre-hypertensive, or a diastolic pressure of 80 to 89 can be considered pre-hypertensive. So what's considered to be actually hypertensive? That would be a systolic pressure of 140 or higher, and a diastolic pressure of 90 or higher. So then we have a hypertensive emergency, which is a medical emergency, and you should be going to the ER or seeing your healthcare provider as soon as possible. And a hypertensive emergency would include a systolic pressure higher than 180, and or a diastolic pressure higher than 120. So how does your diet affect your blood pressure? So believe it or not, your diet has a large impact on your blood pressure. So what should you avoid in your diet? Salty foods is a big one. Increased sodium levels in your diet can lead to an increase in blood pressure. Sugary foods can also increase your blood pressure and should be avoided. Red meats and saturated fats also contribute to high blood pressure, and later we will discuss other options for proteins in your diet. Alcohol should be limited because a large amount of alcohol intake can increase your blood pressure. Many different condiments can also contribute to your blood pressure being raised, and you should always check the nutritional labels on condiments to see the sodium levels. Processed and prepackaged foods can also have a high sodium content or other substances within them that can lead to a higher blood pressure, and it should be avoided. And lastly, avoid caffeine, as this can also raise your blood pressure. So now we can discuss healthier alternatives to the foods that were mentioned to be avoided. For sugary snacks, try fruit instead to help satisfy that craving. Instead of a soda, you can try carbonated or flavored waters instead of a soda. As we mentioned, red meats is part of the foods to be avoided when it comes to having high blood pressure, wanting to prevent it. So other alternatives would include grilled chicken, chicken breast, fish, tofu. Other good proteins for your blood pressure is also lentils, nuts, and quinoa. As for a salt substitute, use salt substitutes that include potassium. Evidence shows that replacement of salt with potassium-filled substitutes lowers both systolic and your diastolic pressures. So now we will move on to lifestyle factors and how they contribute to high blood pressure. Smoking cessation is the first lifestyle factor I'll mention, as each time a person smokes, it causes a temporary increase in the blood pressure. Smoking can also cause the buildup of plaque in the arteries, which can be life-threatening and is related to high blood pressure. Other lifestyle factors can include stress, smoking, a sedentary lifestyle, diet, alcohol intake, and being overweight or obese. So what can you do in your lifestyle or change in your lifestyle to help prevent or lower your blood pressure? Eating more fruits and vegetables or adding more vegetables into your daily meals is a good choice. Being active and losing weight can also help to prevent high blood pressure. It is also a good idea to regularly see your healthcare provider so that your blood pressure can be checked. If you are stressed, attempting strategies to reduce or manage that stress can help lower your blood pressure. As mentioned before, quitting smoking and tobacco completely can help to prevent high blood pressure. And last but not least, avoid alcohol in excess. This concludes the lesson for today on hypertension. I hope that you've enjoyed the lesson and learned some information on preventing and controlling high blood pressure. Please take a minute to take a 5-question quiz provided to you based on this lesson. Have a good day.